Kaiser Creations is the place to go for all your personalized apparel, darling.
Cups,
Bags,
shirts,
and more.
more.
Kaiser Creations got you covered. Hey, we done already told y'all once, we done told y'all twice. All your custom units, wigs, hand-tied, lace fronts. All given to you by who?
Haired by Javelin.
You better get to it. All right. Hello. Welcome back to what?
Sippin and Trippin.
You know who we are. I am Martell.
I am Dana. How's life?
What's going on?
What's going on? It's been another week. It always feels like a long week.
Doesn't it?
It does. It always feels like a long week. Probably because of work and how much I don't want to be there.
And how old are you now?
That part, and one of these days I can retire.
Away?
Retire at the ripe old age of 32.
It's not going to happen. We have so much work to do.
One can dream.
The Kardashians are still loose. We cannot retire.
One can dream. One can dream.
So tonight we have a very special show.
We do. You may notice we are not in our usual studios.
There's no bricks behind.
The
These are real bricks.
Real bricks.
These are real bricks this week. They're not colored. They're real bricks. We told the secret.
What secret?
What are bricks?
They're bricks. They're just colorful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How you doing? How you doing?
Keep the illusion alive. We are live on location this week in Aurora, of all places, because that is technically the show's hometown.
It is.
It really is. That's where we go live from all the time. Aurora, Illinois. For those of you who may be watching from overseas, because we're getting some.
We got overseas people watching us, y'all. Don't be hating on us.
Right. But no, we are live on location, and we're doing a very special interview tonight.
Yes, we are.
We are interviewing a candidate in the race for alderman of Aurora of the 6th Ward,
Doctor. Get your life.
Excuse me.
Get your life.
Sorry, Dr. Matt Harrington. Woohoo! So, yeah, it's going to be a fun show.
We have an audience.
Yes, we have a live audience, and we are in their home, and it is a beautiful
home, y'all.
And we've sipped, and we've had food, and we've sipped some more.
I've had several sips.
So, yeah.
I'm sipped out.
This one had to get her.
I had an IV sip, and I was told no more. So I'm done sipping, okay?
Yeah, so it'll be a fun show. It'll be this is our first foray into politics.
See, if you guys know, you guys watch us every week, so you guys know we do hot topics, we do current events.
Right.
But you guys know me and Dana are so different. Y'all watch us, y'all know this. Y'all say it every week. Y'all are so different. He's so this, he's so that. Okay, so we're like a yin and a yang.
Right.
So this week, as you guys know, on most Sippin' Trippin' shows, I'm doing all the talking. I'm running my mouth. This week, I get to be quiet. I can rest my vocal cords. And we can let Dana talk for once in his life.
Not too quiet. But no,
I'm taking a
very special show. And I wanted to first and foremost say thank you for inviting us out and
beautiful home.
Reaching out to us about doing a special interview. And we were super excited about it. And it was going to happen a week or so ago. But then, flu and sickness and that fun time of year in Illinois happened where everybody...
It's just normal, isn't it?
I personally, I'm sick from November till March. Every year.
He's sick in the head from March to November.
Exactly. The other way around. Yeah. So it happens. It's winter in the Midwest, which is always fun.
Surprisingly, I've been pretty good this so far.
Yeah.
But that according to my job.
Oh, well.
Hope you guys are not watching. I've been very sick lately.
That's a different story. Look, all those days I said I was sick, I was sick.
I was very sick. I was ill. But anyway, so this week we want to give you guys lots of very good information.
Yes.
You guys live in the Aurora 6th Ward, which a lot of you guys do. Want you guys to get out and do what? Vote.
Of course.
Everybody wants to complain. Oh, I don't like this. How come this not going on? But nobody wants to actually use their power and vote.
Right.
That's one thing. When I turned 18, I couldn't wait to vote.
Oh.
I think that was around the Barack to vote.
Yes,
I think I'm lying some old.
Around that time.
It was around that time.
The first time. Yeah, the first time.
It was just vote. If you don't like what's going on in your community, vote.
Yeah.
It takes 2 seconds to fill out a voter registration card. It takes 2 minutes to vote.
Yeah.
And guess what? When you vote, you get the power.
Yeah.
You get the power to decide what you want to go on and where your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Your home.
And I think that's another thing that happens is that people pay attention to the big elections that are on TV, president.
They forget about everything else.
Mayor, the Chicago mayor race is getting kind of heated now because of the runoff and all that fun stuff. But people forget about the local level where it starts. Like you said, this is where you live. personally, this person lives probably around the corner from some of you guys watching.
Y'all might see us tonight.
Exactly. You know, he wants to make a difference in the community that he lives in, just like every other politician does,
Yes.
hopefully.
And like you should.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where it starts. Get out and vote, all that fun stuff. But without much further ado, we would like to welcome to join our little borrowed stage here that we might borrow forever because it's so gorgeous.
We're just gonna move in.
We're just gonna move in.
He has two little children now.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're just gonna come here and do show every week. Dr. Matt Harrington.
Yes, let's give him a hand clap of praise. Yes. Hello. Hello, Dr. Matt Harrington.
Hello.
So welcome to Sippin.
I'm sipping too.
Exactly.
So,
I sipped too much already.
It
I've
wouldn't
been
be
on
a show if we
I thought it
weren't
was like
sipping.
Colbert, to tell you the truth tonight.
Really?
It was on my schedule as Colbert. I got really confused.
We're better.
Exactly.
Well,
Almost. We missed the call from Comedy Central by like minutes for that time slot.
I was asleep.
Right.
I was asleep.
5 minutes. You know, we still got those pesky little day jobs. But yeah, again, thank you so much for inviting us out.
Thank you for
To
being
your
here.
home. It's very nice. If you guys don't know.
Well, the
this
bank
is-
still owns it. I don't own
Well,
it yet.
I mean, somebody's got
I got to
claim
make
it.
payments every
But
week.
you live here.
Exactly.
Well,
That's
until they
why I
say
like to
get
say,
out.
look, don't drive it like you own it, drive it like you're paying for it. You're still paying for it, boom.
You'll
there
take
you
care
go.
of it.
Exactly.
How you doing?
Beautiful house, one of the lovely historic neighborhoods of Aurora.
Okay, we
Yes,
can't tell
it
too
is.
much now.
Not too much, no.
They'll
We're
be
not
knocking
going to
on
give out
doors.
no addresses. Or
No, it's
nothing
okay.
like that. But it's nice. It's
Actually,
Just go and vote.
Mike Seville, the alderman here that I'm running against, uses my before pictures before I bought the house as like, look at our historic homes and what we're trying to renovate.
Lovely.
It's called a McCollum home. It will never be called a Matt Harrington home ever in my life.
Wow.
Saying,
Well, no, of course.
No. So, but it'll always know it for all the lights that I
Now,
always have on.
are you guys
First
on
when we got here, I thought we was
historical
on
list
set.
thing?
I thought we were on a set when we got here.
I know.
You did.
Still
I was
pretty.
like, I think this is the house. He was like, are you sure? We didn't see the address. I said, girl, this is the place.
That's the place.
This is the place.
It looks so nice from outside. Are you guys on like the historic registry?
Yeah,
thing?
we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know when I bought the place.
Uh-huh.
If I knew it, I might not have.
Because I feel like I've heard there's a lot of restrictions to what you can and cannot do, and changing
I want to put
exterior.
flower boxes out, and they're trying to tell me size.
Yeah.
When it is too large, too much.
Yeah, that's
You
Go
know?
big or go home.
right.
Go-
Exactly.
Where is that? Just in Texas.
At least my ex-wife said that. Well, I don't know.
There you go. So, like I said, this is Sippin and Trippin. We do not claim to be or pretend to be some Fox News political show. or
Even though
anything
Barbara
like that.
Walters is my mother.
Exactly.
And one day I will own 2020.
Oh, wow. That's a big dream.
Big, huge.
It's not big. That's just a
That's a good thing to have,
That's a
though.
step. It's just a step.
That's a good thing to
Oprah's
have.
gonna work for me one day.
Exactly.
How you doing?
I wanted, of course, there'll be questions,
Oh,
as you already know.
That's it for me.
Yeah. We can't see the comments.
I would like
right
to say
about
to the
now.
Mueller investigation, I had nothing to do with trouble.
Oh.
That-
There you go. You
Okay.
heard it first.
So I was at work watching the Mueller investigation,
Yes.
and now I thought the Kardashians had something going on. I was like, why is there so much tea and drama in the White House?
It is.
Like, people are taking politics now as a comedy show.
I mean, well, listen.
Well.
We won't speak on 45 like that. But
Y'all president.
exactly. We can't see the comments, but feel free to comment and leave questions, and we'll
Please
check
do.
back later. And I'm sure
I'll-
Dr. Harrington will check back later and jump in some of you guys' inboxes to campaign and all that fun stuff.
Bet.
Or
Or at least come by and have corned beef.
His hospitality.
It's St. Patrick's Day too,
It
right?
is this weekend, isn't it? I
My
keep
family's pretty
forgetting.
well known for corned beef.
Oh, really?
Corned beef. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Sounds.
No.
Oh, there's a shamrock right there on the
There's
sign.
a
I
huge
didn't know.
So if you guys
Totally
can't,
missed
if you guys can't see the signs in your neighborhood, here it is right
Yes.
here.
This is my cheat
So if you
sheet.
see these coming out right here, you know this is Dr. Matt Harrington and 6th Ward Alderman of Aurora. You see the sign right there in the middle of
There
the.
you go.
Oh, there you go.
Mhm.
We're back to us.
There we go.
So first and foremost,
Yes.
we'll get like a little background of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we know that you're Dr. Matt Harrington,
Yes.
but what school did you go to?
Oh, well, do you want to know from my grade school going forward?
No,
or-
for college.
Oh, well, I went to first I went to Triton,
Triton.
Oh,
and
wow,
junior college, got some basic
that's
gen down, right?
Mhm.
And then I went to Northeastern Illinois University a little later. Then I went to Suffolk University Online.
Okay.
I got my bachelor's and my master's there, And then I received my doctorate in 2015 in humanities from the Chicago Baptist Institute, which is run by Willie Wilson.
Okay.
And I run Dr. Willie Wilson's last 3 campaigns. I ran his first mayoral campaign, then his presidential campaign, which we won't talk about. That's another decision.
Exactly.
And then this last mayoral campaign where, again, we came in fourth. But look, we put away Suzanne Mendoza and we put away Bill Daley, right?
Yeah.
Because it's really about change nowadays. It's not about who could be bought and what a name recognition is. It's about the person.
Yeah.
And when Willie stepped up, you can't buy this guy, right? This man makes $65 million a year himself.
Right.
Owning Omar Medical. That guy originally had a 3rd grade education.
Oh, wow.
Worked at McDonald's, wiping floors, met Ray Kroc. Took over one McDonald's that was going to fail inside the South Side, turned it around, then bought 5 more.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
So
His son,
Yo, listen, y'all.
right? His son was killed,
Oh, wow.
right, by a gunshot, by a gang, right? He sold out to McDonald's and then opened Omar Medical Supply in honor of his son, Omar, which is his son, right?
Wow.
And now makes $65 million. He gives a lot of money away, like at least $5-6 million away every year.
That's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Is
I
he
did not
single?
know that.
Actually, no.
They want to know.
His wife Dee would kick your ass. But,
Well, he has a wife, y'all. So y'all
There you go.
right?
get off the Twitters now.
Right. Doc, listen, I'm defending you. You would be in my wheelhouse, really.
That's cool though. I remember seeing that the mayoral election was.
You actually live in Chicago.
It was. I do. I live in Chicago. It was. I feel like they said it was a strange turnout. They didn't get as many numbers as they hoped
No,
they
we
would have.
we had 18% turnout in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And the funny part is the areas where I was in charge actually came out for Willie Wilson. The areas that you would think went for Tony Perkwinkle and Lori Lightfoot.
Yeah.
And I found it funny because Lori Lightfoot, right? She was president of what was the police organization,
Right.
The review board, right? Which me and Greg Livingston and Tio Hardman, we started that whole thing with Black Friday, Black Christmas,
Yeah.
Lakeshore Drive shut down, all because of Laquan, because we knew that
I was there.
Right, you knew this, right?
Oh, I was on the expressway that night. I know.
Yeah, we shut that down.
They shut us
man.
down.
And and we created so much havoc that the mayor of Chicago, I've known since we worked for Clinton together, because I worked for Bill Clinton in 1992, right in the Midwest.
Isn't that old, y'all?
You don't have to age yourself.
I like to say to all my friends out there,
We're all 21 on Sippin Trippin.
I really like Matt Harrington. And
That
I would
was
vote
a-
for him if I was in Aurora.
There
That
you
was a
go.
vote for Bill Clinton.
A glowing review from Mr. Clinton himself.
Who we love.
But no, it was good. But in overall, I mean, it was about the honesty, because as a man was murdered, right?
Yes.
Listen, it's not the act that got the guy; it's always the cover-up
Yes.
that
Yeah.
catches you, right? It's the
Yeah.
lie that will take you down. I couldn't understand, and if you looked at the video, and believe me, look, guys, I shut down Chicago for this. I got rid of the mayor for this. But in honesty, the young man was starting to turn with him with a knife, and the cop reacted. Bang, bang. They're trained to shoot center mass.
Yeah.
Right.
And my stepdad, which was my greatest influence in my life, was a Chicago copper in the 14th district. So I have nothing but respect for police officers. They have a tough job every day.
Right.
They do.
Right?
I went to
Every
school for
day.
criminal justice.
Somebody hates them. Somebody's always videoing them, right? They're one step away from always being called out as something, right?
Right.
They have a tough job.
Damned if you do,
They have a
damned if
tough-
you don't.
Right? And when you need them, you're yelling at, why aren't you here before?
Exactly.
Yes.
Right? I mean, I've been on both sides of this, right?
It's like,
So,
oh, don't come,
this
don't
guy,
bother me.
this kid turned, he got shot. Did he overreact? Yeah, right? He overreacted.
Right.
3 would have been enough.
Yeah.
3 was enough, right? 16 was way too much.
Yeah.
Right? But it was the cover up,
Yeah.
the lie. And then the mayor that I knew that paid $5 million to shut up the family. So Willie Wilson would not win an election because he knew the African American community would just go ape shit over that stuff. And
Yeah.
so, forgive my language, but you know what? You got to call it out the way it is. And the truth is, there was a murder, and there's still cover-ups to this day with
Yes.
the police, right? They got their pound of flesh. The mayor resigned, which hey, you had $10 million in your work, and he said, "I don't want to run."
Okay.
Right.
I guess now's a
But
good time to stop.
But then look
right?
at what happened after that, right? You cut off the snake's head, and all the aldermen have now, Burke under investigation.
Yeah.
The Moreno under investigation.
It always
Everybody-
happens that way too.
Yeah.
When you start at the top, you
Right.
start
You
to
have to
see
start at the top.
everybody that.
But we have the same
kinda
problems
fell
here,
under that.
even now inside Aurora, right?
Yes.
Mayor Richard Durbin is now under investigation, and ethics are being improved because he took $163,000 in campaign contributions from the vendors and people who got contracts
Yeah. No.
going out here. Look, they have these things called PLA, right? It's a agreement with unions to make sure that no one goes on strike so we can complete projects,
Right.
especially that is critical to infrastructure.
Right.
But I think that we could do more. I think with infrastructure, we should make sure that the minorities are covered, that the women are covered, because they haven't been covered under Weisner, and they're not being covered under this current administration, right? And we have to make sure that we protect all people because it's our money, right? We waste $160,000 a year on replacing light bulbs that we should be with concrete versus metal, because guess what? We have salt, rain, and grime,
Yes.
and they corrode.
Mm-hmm.
They fall down.
Back to that
And the
lovely
concrete
Midwest
ones
weather.
have a lifetime guarantee, right? So even if the plow knocks it down, we get a free light bulb,
Yes.
right? We don't have to pay another $2,200. So think about it. We pay $2,200 and we get paid $2,300 to get another thing. It's like, would you not pay that extra $5 to make
Right.
sure your computer's covered?
Exactly.
Right? Because as soon as
Exactly.
it goes down, like, it's $5. Okay, I'm good. You know, it's not $2,200 because that money that I can put $160,000 is after school programs,
Yes.
right? It's senior
To
programs.
our children.
Right?
To the future.
It's to our future because our current alderman has no idea about the future. He's deaf, dumb, and blind since day one. And it's sort of funny to start seeing these projects that roll out right towards the
Oh, yeah.
election time. You always see it. And they say it right now. Oh, we got these things. But listen, they couldn't give us $1 million rebate, which was $65 per person. But they want to give $5 million away right now, and part of that is what's called a bridge loan. Do you understand what a bridge loan is?
No.
It's a payday loan to a developer.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm going to give you money to take over this project. Please take it off our books.
Oh.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
And guess what? If the project has to have that type of loan, they have too many other projects going on, so they're about to go under.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't finish yours, we're stuck holding the bag. We just gave them money.
Wow.
And this is what our administration wants to do to say that we have projects going. Look, we have 70 storefronts that are vacant, and it's not changing. We have 866 violent crimes here every year. We're the top in our type of population. 200,000 or less, we are the very top in Illinois.
Wow.
We are the second largest city, but we act as we're second class. We have only 136 police officers that are on the street at one time.
Wow.
Over 24
Never knew.
hours. Over 24 hours. That means there's 38 officers, right? We had 5 officers that were just injured. That's 4% of our police force. They cannot respond to another domestic terror attack. That just happened right here.
Yes, and speaking of that, I saw that you were out there on the front line with the mass shooting that happened in Aurora. And many people might know someone who was injured in that. I have actually a cousin who was injured in that. He actually survived.
Thank
He's
God.
actually one of the only people who got shot that day who survived. That was a lot. And it was just like, how can we get gun control? Because I know you're big on gun control.
Yeah.
Well, I did my research, y'all. Y'all know I do my research. So I did my research. And everything I saw was gun control, gun control, gun control. And that's something I'm very passionate about because I've known people who've been shot. I've had a brother who's been shot just going to Chicago, going to a party, being young. He was 22, 20, 21,
Right.
22. Go to a party, the party gets shot, he's in the hospital. So I understand the mass urgency to get gun control together. Yeah. So what is something that you think you can do to get gun control together?
Well, I've been working a lot, as you know, with new legislation, right? And I started a non-for-profit many years ago, almost 10 years ago, called Lines for Lives. And that was to bring technology to force so we can stop, this trafficking of ammunition. Mm-hmm. A gun without a bullet is nothing more than a paperweight. And we're using 19th century technology, something developed really in the late 1800s, to rifling marks that does not work.
Right.
Because we have to have the gun, right? And all we can say is that this bullet is similar to this bullet that was used in a crime at 2 different places, but we still don't know who did it.
Yeah.
And the new technology that's allowed is now House Bill 1586, which is serialization of all bullets and casings if they are sold inside Illinois. If Illinois passes this, or if Chicago passes this, or if Cook County passes this, that means it's mandated throughout the United States, because the 46 major manufacturers has told me personally, because this is what I do, they said we will have to put it on every bullet. We're not going to make one line for one state and one line for everybody else, right? So thus, we have a way to track back these bullets who are traveling, because they're not done by magical elves, right? They're being bought and they're sold, because they can't be tracked at this point, to people who are for drugs or cash to the west side, who are killing our children and ripping the souls of our community.
Yeah.
And yet we sit here and say, everything's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some numbers. Here's some numbers, right? 311. 311 is the amount of mass shootings. You know what a mass shooting is? It's 3 or more people shot at one location. Illinois had 300 of them.
Wow.
Right? So from 2008 to now, 2019, this year, we've had 20,286 people shot. We've had 10,192 people killed since 2008, that date to now, 2019. More than in the Afghan war, right? Wow. My friend Desmond Clark from the Chicago Bears has put out a public announcement saying, please support, originally it was HB 271, which is now HB 1586, the serialization. Because if we could track these things back, we start putting a dent, right?
Yeah.
Because you know what? We could track it back for ice cream and chicken and lettuce that some worker used as, toilet paper, right? And if Oberweis had bad ice cream, we want to know why we're getting sick.
Right.
Then we should do this for bullets.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is weapons of mass destruction on a much. Do you know how many bullets are made every year and it's on the shelves?
Probably billions.
10 billion bullets made every year.
Wow.
But let me put this in perspective. There's 500 million guns in the United States that are legally registered. That means a clip of 16, you already went through 10 billion. Think about that.
Wow.
One clip of 16. And I think we know people who go out target practice a lot more than that. Right? At any one time, and George Willis said this on MSNBC, said there's only 2 years of ammunition at one time. If this bill goes, I know the gun nuts. And yes, we know who you are, the National Russia Association. Right? Right? We know who you are, the NRA, and what the R is now for the Russia, things with you and Trump.
I just don't.
All right? So, listen. If we start doing this, those ammunitions are going to go off the shelf that much faster, which means the serialization goes out that much faster. Yeah. That means we give the police the tools they need to not just solve crimes right now, which our homicide is less than 17% closure. That means you got an 83% chance of getting away with murder.
Yes.
Right? And if you shot someone, it's 99% because they don't care.
Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
They do not care.
No, it's almost like, oh, you just shot somebody.
Yeah, it's become so commonplace that everybody kind of gets so accustomed to it and numb to it that you don't think twice about it.
You know what?
Which is terrible.
I was watching TV last week, as I do all day long, watching Marriage Boot Camp. Y'all know I watch my Wii TV. Watch Marriage Boot Camp, and they were breaking down like the couple's issues, and the guy was saying like he's numb because he said it was in reality for him. It was normal for him to bury people every week. Somebody else was dying. I never forget. I went to a house party in Chicago years ago. Crazy night, y'all. Talk about that later. Went to a house party in Chicago, and like they had all these pictures on the wall of people who had passed away. And I'm like, oh my gosh! And because they were celebrating somebody who passed away, I'm just like, so I'm looking, and I'm like, wait, this is this year.
It's a lot of people.
This is this summer.
Yeah.
And first of all, I got my stuff, y'all, and I left. Because I was not going to be on that wall.
Right.
I was not going to be on that wall. I said, no, Lord, I got too much to give. I had to go.
Time to go.
But I'm in this house, and they was like, and I'm like, I had questions. I'm like, so where do those people die at? They said, in this neighborhood, on this street. And it was like, they're friends. It was 10 of them. Mm-hmm. And I said to one person, I said, well, what are you going to do different to prevent this? Well, I'm going to give me. I said, okay, you have a nice day. Right. It's been really nice meeting you guys. I was at the wrong house with the wrong person at the right time because it makes you aware. So like now I'm aware to certain neighborhoods you go to. Like, hold on, maybe I shouldn't go here. Maybe I should stay at home and just watch my Marriage Boot Camp and read about this stuff on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much. So I want to know, like I said, not a political person for the most part, not a political show. What are the day-to-day duties of an alderman?
Okay.
Yes, we both know that.
Yeah, 'cause I am.
Right. Well, it's not the parades that everybody thinks and the dinners, right? Because that's not really. It's dealing with the day-to-day stuff. Like somebody's going to call up and say, "I have a trash problem,"
Okay.
or "I have a tree problem." Like the trees are falling down on me, or it's rotted, and you have to decide that, if it's on their property, then it's their issue. If it's on the parkway, which is the sidewalk, right, the other side of the sidewalk, so the green by your street,
by the
is your
street,
parkway.
yeah.
That's us. That's on us, and that's what you do to take care of. So it's the things from just the small community services of where do I go and how do I get this to I have a really problem when you want to bring in businesses. Now I'm going to tell you one thing in the sixth ward that concerns me recently is that Carson Perry Scottis, we just know, right? It's just shut down, right? I love that store, right?
We used to go all the
Rita
time.
loved that. She bought me so much stuff there, right? Thank God.
They got a lot of my money too.
Oh yeah,
A lot of my money.
with the sweater, right? $3 and
Exactly.
somebody pays $80.
Yeah.
Thank you. But the guys who just bought that property are a storage company, a storage unit company.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to build condos there? Do you think they're going to put a retail store there?
Nope.
No. They're going to put like a storage unit there that's heated because they can gut that place and do that really fast.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? That becomes homeless condos. Because if you don't know, a lot of these storage units are used by homeless people that are sexual, offenders, right? They're supposed to be on a registry list.
Yeah.
No one wants them in the neighborhood, right? So where are they going to live? They move into these storage locker areas.
Into the storage unit?
Yes, they do.
I never knew
All
that.
right, I'm gonna give you some facts here. Do you know how many sexual predators that we have that are convicted sex offenders that live here inside the second largest city and the sixth largest state in the most powerful nation in the world?
Oh my God.
Do you know how many? Right?
I'm sure.
It's a ratio of 70 to 1. Right? That means 70 people to one person. That means one person is a registered sex offender. We have over 200,000 people that live here. That means we have 15,000 registered sex offenders.
Wow.
And let's put this in perspective. We only have 38 police on the street at one time.
Wow.
That number
to protect us, right?
Police number still
Right?
blows
Now,
my
if we have a
mind.
shooting, or in Northgate, where I live right near, because I live in the Rural Highlands, folks, right on Lawndale, right by the Wendy's. So
He said
come
nice.
by. Yeah, come on by.
Say bye, say hi.
222 Lawndale. I mean, you gotta look me up. You see it online.
This is my
anyway.
new home, y'all.
True.
Right?
Public info.
It is public because I am running for office. It's
Yep.
not the thing, so it's out there. So I can't lie. But come on by because my house is always lit with, like, right now we got all green,
Lit
right?
green, like a
yeah.
It's green. It's
It
for
is.
St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day. And buy Harrington corned beef because I really need new dentistry.
Well, you know what? I did my research and also I saw.
Yeah.
I saw that you were saying that they need to get electronic monitoring
Oh yes.
for sexual offenders.
Yeah,
And I
that's
was
what I've
like-
been pushing.
And when and mind you, I'll tell you, I
Wait,
read
that's
it.
not a thing?
No,
That's what I said.
No,
That's not a
we do
thing.
it for DUI guys, but we won't do it for the most highly repetitive reincarnation.
So this person that's supposed to register as a
Yeah.
sex offender.
Yeah, it's an honor
They
system.
register, they say, hey, this is where I live.
And that's it.
And that's it?
That's it.
Yeah, but
and they
move.
turn into like a little blue dot on the
That's
map.
it.
Yeah, but here's the
But
thing.
they travel everywhere.
but that little blue dot only stays there because it's on an honor system.
Right.
That's
But that's
true.
just their fixed address.
But if you find out, if you're like a mom, which is right, is really diligent,
Yeah.
like who's living in my neighborhood,
Yeah.
and you find out you're putting like little
I
white
did that
flyers,
before.
right?
I was
Right, you're doing these little flyers. There's a sexual predator in our neighborhood, right? That guy moves. You don't care what he went to. Right? You don't care what he went to.
Yeah.
He's no longer in your
As long as
neighborhood.
He's not there, yeah.
But you
That's
watch
why I
them.
want electronic monitoring of these guys and have them pay for it, just
Right.
like the UI guys, right?
Of course.
So and the sheriff right now, Ron Hain, right? And we've had these discussions about how they want to implement new GPS tracking of this type of nature
Yeah.
for other things, not just for sex offenders, because instead of incarcerating for somebody $80 a day,
Right.
we could do monitoring for 30 cents a day.
Right. And
Right.
charge them for it.
Well, and charge them, but we charge them more than 30 cents
Well,
because
of
we
course.
Yeah, we
have
gotta
to
make some money.
Yeah.
We have to have police. We have to have police watch you.
Police, we need some
Right?
tripping.
And then in case they don't do anything, we have to send them out, right?
Yeah.
If they're near a school, if they're near like
Exactly.
things that they should not be near by law,
But they still are.
right? And then what's happens, right? If some kid goes missing, now you have these electronic monitoring. You could say in two different offenders. These 5 people were here. Let's check them first, and then at the same time we put the Amber Alert around
Right.
for a larger. So you
Right.
have a 2 ring of protection. This is not what we're missing right now. We have a $136 million police policy that we paid for that we're not using to the best of our abilities.
that building.
Oh,
With
no,
a
it's
small
not.
police force of 36 people on the street at one time to protect us? Come on.
When that police
We are not
headquarters
maybe
went up,
RFD,
I was
folks.
like, I was confused. It's a gorgeous building.
It's gorgeous.
Don't get me
It's
wrong.
cute.
The campus is nice.
I love the old 1930 like squad car in there too.
Yeah, but then I'm
good.
thinking to myself, I'm like, where? First of all, that's the first thing that pops up in my head when something like that goes. Where did that money come from? Because that's usually the first thing that you'll hear cities say is, we don't have money for this, or we don't have money to keep this school
We
open.
can't,
or we don't have
there's no money
that.
for the school.
Right.
There's no money for after
But
school
then,
program.
and it's the same thing.
But we have enough money for this
it's
and
the
that.
same thing that's going on in Chicago right now with the big headquarters they're trying to get
Oh,
built,
yeah,
or the
yeah.
police
Oh,
academy.
I know about it.
They're trying to get built in Chicago. They're like, but wait, we just closed this many public schools
50.
this year.
50.
Yeah,
So
like,
open up a police academy.
Yes.
Oh, I watch the Breakfast
I
Club.
just don't and that's the part that
I wake
kills
up
me.
early in the morning. I get all the tea.
But you have to. That's one of those things I feel like you have to do. And they say, it's your duty as a citizen to follow. And I'm not the best at it. I'll admit
You're
it.
not.
You have to follow up on this stuff that's going on in your city.
But I think that's the thing is
To
like
keep
now
track
when we
of
have
it.
45s in there.
Like, how old are you?
32. I just
And
made
you-
32.
21.
Look, you're 21 again, I'm sure.
I'm 21.
But anyway,
Right.
I'm 21.
21 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8.
21 plus 10.
And
Now she's gonna
That's
hate
the
it.
mama that
No,
loves
listen, I just turned 57, right?
Uh-huh.
And my daughters,
Which we did not believe
my
that.
daughters are older than you guys. But my point is that you guys, this is your world, not mine. I'm only the steward if I'm elected to be your bully pulpit, right? If you want change, if you want real LGBTQ family in this office, then you must elect me.
Yeah.
Because all we have is some old white milquetoast men who sit and do nothing but say yes to every tax hike instead of looking at different things.
Right.
I told Miss Salt, right, a teacher about what I have to do to bring in income, and I talked about sportsbook betting, right? Sportsbook betting just a few weeks ago, and what was in the newspaper 2 days ago? How they're going to now do sportsbook betting, looking to do that to raise money, because that was me, right?
To raise money for what?
To raise money for education, and only keep it to this casinos that are outside of Cook County.
Now, isn't that how
Would the lottery worked?
the
They
lottery
didn't work
started?
anymore. No, they.
Like,
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
that
they
supposed
started
to be
that
the
way.
lotteries thing.
Yeah, but it didn't work that way.
Yeah.
They sucked that sucker right in, right? But we got to start someplace.
Right.
Yes.
We start doing that, and then I've also implemented 453, which is now a new bill called the financial transaction thing. Everybody calls it the LaSalle Street fee. I was a trader on the floor for 20 years, right? I ran Chase Manhattan Bank's arbitrage operations. I made them $1 billion in 3 years. Yes, I did well, but they did a lot better than I did. Right?
This beautiful house.
Let us reiterate how nice the house is.
Anyways, so this will raise between $6 to $10 billion every year, and anybody in Illinois is exempt from it. So unless you're a day trader, which I doubt you are, you're not going to worry about it. If you're on a pension, you're not going to feel it because it's $1 per transaction. So if they do 1 billion shares,
Yeah.
it's $1 trans over 1 billion shares. So it's 1/10 of 1/10 of 1/10 of 1/10 of a billion. So
We need that.
don't worry, you'll never see it. But anyways.
Right. So it's not going to affect
No,
anybody
it
who's got,
doesn't
like,
affect. But here's the
money
thing:
in
we
trade,
got
yeah.
47 others, and we got 49 other states and 27 other countries that use our exchange here in Illinois. Right, we're the primary thing that will pay for this. This is just like any other type of internet state tax when you have to
Right.
buy a T-shirt.
Yeah.
This is the exact same thing.
Wow.
Right?
It's
Why
because
not
the
do this?
business, the transactions
Right.
happening here.
And of course, as a former trader on the exchange, they said to me, "Well, we do our clearing of our electronic trades off-site in New Jersey." I said, "As long as you're here as a physical presence, do it.
Yeah.
If not, please move because I can redevelop your buildings in a second."
Right.
And if you want to be called the Cincinnati Stock Exchange or the Kansas City Stock Exchange instead of Chicago, God bless, because I'm sure anybody in Lake up in
So that'll affect people who have like brick and mortar buildings here.
If the exchanges have a physical presence,
Okay.
right, and it doesn't matter where they clear, but they're here,
Yeah.
saying that they're the Chicago or the CME or the CBOT or
Okay.
CBOE or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
CSE or any type of thing of that
HVAC.
nature,
Right.
right? The OCC or whatever C you want to put in, you get charged. If you have a physical presence here, I have a footprint, right?
Yeah.
Because you no longer have the runners and phone clerks where I grew up on, right?
Right.
We started at $65 a week, and I was happy. right?
Wow.
You got $65 a week, but I had other guys who had MBAs and stuff do the exact same job as a runner.
Mm-hmm.
And I got very lucky. I met the Hunt brothers,
Mm-hmm.
right? Bunker Hunt, right? The family owned the Kansas City Chiefs, who was one of the richest men in the world.
Okay.
And he taught me how to trade.
Now, are they single?
Actually, Bunker is single, and he might be right up your alley. You know? If you serve
Hi,
like,
Bunker.
what was that one chick's name that the model?
Which one?
The one with the blonde that had the TV show. Anna Nicole Smith, right?
Oh, good God.
If you can handle
She's my idol now.
if you can handle Anna Nicole Smith type relationship, Bunker's right up your alley.
You know, I watched every
He looks
article
just
about
like my
her.
grandfather up there because it's the same last name, but we're no relationship.
Very charming thing. Hi, Bunker. I have nice blonde hair.
Bunker, he
But
no, let's see. Bunker likes drag though, so if you could do drag, he likes that.
I do drag.
Then Bunker, I
I
got
got
a
a show this
for you.
weekend.
Oh,
this
listen.
changes. This is a whole other
Trippin
person. This is a whole new person. It changes.
I
And, you know, I'm trying to get married to a billionaire. That's my second goal in life. Hi, Bunker. I'll be seeing you tonight.
So, what are we doing on time? Can you see?
Yes, I can. Right here. So,
Okay.
one thing I did see, because I did my research, it was I see that you were talking about moving the casino
Yes.
on 88, and for me, I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you have to drive all the way through Aurora to get to the casino, and I was like, why not get off the expressway and park?
Right.
That makes so much sense to me.
Well, the great thing is, we can move the casino. You have to do it much bigger, right? You have to do the casino with a hotel with an entertainment complex.
Okay,
around
I'm
it.
with that. Come on,
Next,
Perks.
that brings more jobs, and that's why I wanted sportsbook betting. Because if we do sportsbook betting, what are people going to do? They're going to come to that area and
Right.
bet on sports board,
Which brings more money into
right?
the community,
More,
y'all.
and jobs.
But
And
does
jobs,
that
and jobs.
mean, because my understanding is still that anything gambling related has to be on water? Still.
No,
Is that
not
the
anymore.
thing?
Oh no,
Okay.
that hasn't been that way for a decade.
And we talked about
Okay,
that.
we did. That was my confusion was.
No, yeah,
the first thing I thought about casino was it had to be on water.
No, I changed that a decade ago.
There we go.
See, there we go.
There we go. Perfect.
But here's the thing, though.
I like a
I
casino.
don't want to get rid of the casino building that we
Mhm.
have. I want to put a 4-screen movie theater
Oh, that
in
would
there.
be gorgeous.
With
Oh,
that,
God.
right?
Yeah.
I want on the backside. I want to do an open deck restaurant that faces
Oh.
onto the river, where you can have boats and kayaks and
I
those
like
type of
rivers.
things that pull up onto it and then eat, just like you do on the Chicago
Why not go
River.
to Chicago? You'd be at home.
And then on the
Bring
inside of
Chicago
this,
to your door, y'all.
yeah, but on the inside of this, you do small, like little kiosk stores, like the iPhone stores and those type of stores
Yeah,
that you
a Sippin
need,
and Trippin out
right?
there.
Because it's not about like big box anymore.
Right,
it's
right.
about small boutique.
And that's what
items,
everything is now.
right?
Everything is going to small.
But if you don't have electronic stores, you don't have real foot traffic.
True.
If you don't have a real restaurant on the river, you don't have, because the steakhouse, I've been there, it sucks. All right,
Wait, which one? The
Sullivan's at the thing.
Sullivan's.
Oh, it's up at it's inside the casino.
Casino.
Oh yeah.
It's in the
We just went
dome.
to the buffet. We
Oh,
weren't
it,
that
it,
rich.
it,
Yeah, we
sucks.
didn't.
Or the
We weren't
buffet is even worse.
Yeah.
You know what? We went to the buffet and somebody, I'm not going to say Dana, almost got beat up by somebody.
Oh, this little lady tried to like. They
tried to
put out like steaks. This
Yeah.
is so random. I'm so sorry. They put out like steaks on a buffet, and she wanted all the steaks. And when I tell you, this
She
little
was like
woman,
110 pounds.
this little, not even. She was probably 90 pounds, soaking wet with a brick in her pocket. She was probably like 5 foot nothing. And when I tell you, she knocked my 6 foot, 230 pound self to the side
35.
and said,
No.
"Excuse me, I want." And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, man." I didn't-
He talked about it. I
It was-
said, is that woman not do that? And I walked past her table because I'm nosy. I know I'll be nosy. So I said, oh,
She
Lord.
had a plate of food like this high. That's
Nah,
neither here nor there.
And for the record, her pocketbook was not that big, so she was not stuffing her pocketbook like we used to do at Ponderosa.
Oh.
Oh, I like
So
Ponderosa.
can we bring Ponderosa back?
I like Ponderosa.
Bring
My mom, as
back.
a nurse, that's where she take 5 kids and eat steak.
Oh
Just
yeah,
the chicken
absolutely.
wings. That's all I wanted was chicken wings.
Check
What
it
about
out.
Golden Corral?
What about it?
No.
I like
Okay.
those.
No, Golden Corral. No.
Next.
Okay. I
See, I'm a Aurora native. He's not.
I've been in and out for the past.
You have been really in and out.
Yeah,
Literally.
no, literally in and out. I went to high school at Marmion
Uh-huh.
and
What's the Aurora?
just kind of hung out after that off and on. So
He won't leave us.
15 or so years.
It's like a bad infection. Just
You got affected by Aurora? Is that
Yeah,
what
pretty
it is?
much.
So Aurora got affected by him.
There you go.
I got
There you
affected
go.
too, by the way.
There you go.
That's
So,
why I keep running for office.
what are what are your plans after Alderman, if any? You know, how
None.
long do you plan on doing
Mayor,
that?
Actually,
Like,
President.
I put out term limits. That's
Okay.
one of my plans because I really believe that we need always new vision and new energy
Yeah.
to be brought in. Because Mike Seville's been in office for 33 years, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And listen, I'll give him the first 15 years of the learning curve. I have 152 IQ.
15 years?
It only take me 8 months to figure out alderman position.
Yeah.
But okay, the last 17 years, dude, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
70 vacant storefronts. Nothing's been done. People
getting
come
checked.
in. Look, Broadway on Broadway Tavern and 25 Tavern 25 on Broadway. It was supposed to open up over a year ago. Over a year, and they're just 2 months ago at Wabansia giving this, little sampling of foods. They haven't done anything
Wow.
because the aldermen act as if they're restaurateurs or developers, and not one of them ever built a building and worked in a restaurant. And I've done both. I built 10 high rises, developers, and we're talking $50 million projects each one. And and my family's been in the restaurant business for 50 years.
Really?
So
Wow.
I think I know a little bit about both things, and these guys get in the way of things.
You know what that always makes me think about? That makes me think about the restaurant that used to be the old Long John Silver's next to White Castle.
Yes,
Oh
RV.
my God.
Supposed to have been
Or
that
Blue
sub
Angel
shop.
down the street from there.
Listen,
Yep, that
I'm-
one too.
I'm gonna
The
tell
other
you-
restaurant that
I'm
was
gonna
supposed to be
tell
three
you a
different
story.
things.
My buddy Robert Yarborough. Robert Yarborough Jr. was going to open RV Hoagies.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
there, right?
Yep. Mhm.
He calls me up. He's 5 years running. He held that lease on that place. And the Fox Valley demanded a new grease trap be put into place. Though it was already inspected and qualified in working
It was
condition.
already a restaurant.
It was a restaurant in Long John Silver. It was
Yeah.
quite adequate to be worked with, but they demanded another $60,000. You cannot do that to restaurants.
This is why, y'all.
Because you take away from either product being in storage
Right.
or you take away from people manning so you can fill
Yeah,
orders.
yeah.
Either way, you
That
take
takes
away
a lot
from
of money out of a startup.
and marketing because
Yeah.
you have to remarket yourself. Nobody knows RV Hoagies, but they knew
No.
Long John Silver.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody knew fish.
Storefront.
It was shitty fish, but knew fish. Terrible fish.
I don't eat fish. I was a mermaid in the past life.
The
So
the
bad.
hush puppies were awesome. Though,
I
right?
did
They
like
were
the hush
good.
puppies.
And the
I did.
coleslaw. Coleslaw was decent.
I never had
Yeah,
it.
actually, I love
Coleslaw
coleslaw.
was
Yeah.
I had the hash browns and the chicken.
Hash browns.
I'm real basic. Don't give me the fish. I was a mermaid. I was
Not
sleeping
fish,
on the
no.
sea.
No, not that fish.
I was a mermaid in the past life.
You're a mermaid in the first life.
I was.
I could
So I
see
can't eat
splash.
fish.
I could see splash with you.
I swim very, very
I can
fast.
see. I can see the blonde hair.
You see? Oh, it comes out. Oh, it's
Daryl Hannah
press
has
a button.
nothing on you.
Press a button. It's yellow. It's green. It goes.
That's all I say.
Running
That's
away
all I
from
say.
us.
Huh? You know it's true.
2 Z's and a snap.
He knows
That's
this
all you
already, and he just tries.
True. It's very
He
true.
just made in a past life. He was a snail.
Oh, I'm still slow.
We know.
I inch along. I'm
If
okay
I catch
with
that
it.
shade, I cut that read.
Oh, I'm okay with it.
Well,
So-
they don't call you inchworm though, right?
No.
You're good. Okay.
So nothing after Alderman.
Well, no,
Or maybe mayor, maybe governor.
Well, I mean,
governor's mansion.
So wait, what are the term limits that you want to propose for?
actually,
office?
as mayor, I think only 2 terms for mayor and 3 for alderman. There is sort of a nuance of continuity when you transfer over a powership, especially that we're on off-year cycles, right?
Yeah.
Because we'll put up half the city council on 2 years, and then 2 years later we put up the other half of the city
wow.
council,
Okay.
right? So 17 we just had the mayor, which was German, and now this year we have my 6th ward and Peter Aguilar, who's running for the 1st ward, my buddy.
Yes, I heard about
Vote
him
for
already.
Peter Aguilar.
Clap, 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 clap.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a
trust
really
me, I
good
heard.
guy. Can't always talk in public, but he's a really good guy.
Listen, if y'all didn't notice,
Right?
this little gathering right now is like the who's who of Aurora.
Y'all just ain't here.
Which is fantastic. I
And you know
love
what?
it.
Actually, a couple weeks ago, somebody emailed me. It was like, "Oh, you guys are having Dr. Harrington. Do you know about Peter Aguilar?" I said, "No." And she gave me all the information. She was on it.
Really?
She goes, "This is how you meet him." This is how you know him. I was like, "Okay." Like, what's this?
So
I already knew when I walked
our
out.
next show-
I said, "I know him."
Our next show is gonna be on CSNBC or whichever one is not like crazy like
not
far
Fox
left.
News.
No,
We're
it's
not
not
Fox
Fox. There we go.
News.
We'll be on. You know, we're gonna go to like CLTV. We got to start like local. I feel like first.
That's
What's
what
a
he'll
good
be
local
at.
station? PBS.
I'll be on
Is that still a thing?
CSNBC.
Well, PBS is it's not for you.
No. Okay.
Yeah, like the U is good for you.
The U.
The U's good.
I'm
They
just
got
I'm
the
thinking
jam
like
on
like
it,
I don't watch the
good community
I want to
television.
be on MTV.
Like we'll get a good like 3:30 a.m. slot.
Well, why don't you do like
Start off. You gotta start somewhere.
Aurora City?
You just told me I had to start that.
There we go.
Cable TV. You can be like Wayne's World.
Oh,
Wayne's World.
start somewhere.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World was filmed in Aurora.
No, actually, it was never filmed.
Was it?
in Aurora. No.
I thought it was.
They used some B footage of the signs, but it was all filmed up in Canada.
All this.
See, he didn't have none of the tea. You know I'll be having the tea. It's fine.
I know that. So,
lied.
folks, it's a lie. It's all fake news.
You see, he already giving us the lies and the
Lord have
tea.
mercy. I cannot. I've been lied to.
Well, I'll tell you what. We can play 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon.
Okay,
Right?
that was a fun
Right.
game.
So you tell me like your closest degree from Kevin Bacon.
Okay, so I met Jerry Springer.
Okay.
I met.
And he's
You gotta connect it.
got to
Oh.
connect it.
So if you met Jerry
How?
Springer, who did he meet that
Who did
met
he meet?
somebody that met somebody that
don't
know
know.
Kevin Bacon?
You know, I'm not really good at games.
All right, we'll get back to
No,
you.
okay, so wait. I was
See,
gonna
you
do one
know.
for you. You met K. Michelle, who used to date Idris Elba,
Okay.
who was probably been in a
She my
movie
sister.
with
Somebody.
somebody.
We've been in a movie
Who
with
probably
Kevin
been in a movie with Kevin Bacon, or at
And you guys
least
know okay, Michelle
walked the
and
same
Kim
red
Michelle
carpet,
is
I'm
my best
sure.
friend.
And you? And
She's
so
my
let's go
sister.
with you. Let's go with you.
She's my sister. I met her
love
personally. We know each other personally.
anything.
I
I
love
can
her.
say, let's see, I saw, who did I see in concert? Nobody's super important.
Pentatonic.
Mary J. Blige. I saw Mary J. Blige in concert, and
Next.
she probably, I don't know, I'm missing
Mary J.
links.
Blige ain't met nobody with no money.
All right, well, I
She
got
broke.
this for you then. So then you're much closer now.
Okay,
Right?
there we go.
Because I was in a movie with Julia Roberts called My
Okay,
Best
Wait,
Friend.
you was in a movie?
Yeah, wait, hold on.
I've been in 3 movies actually.
I ain't been in the movie yet. Who you know?
I've been in 3 movies. My buddies used to own the Gettys out talent agency. My brother was in the Miller Lite commercials and Bud Light commercials.
Okay.
He called us
And
in.
so I got a few. So I was inside my best friend's wedding.
Okay.
Right, with
Okay.
Julia Roberts,
Mhm.
and I was in the O'Hare thing, but it was left on the floor because they
Aw.
cut it. Because I was supposed to hit on Julia Roberts when she's in the cab.
Oh.
So you see me coming up to the thing like this, and that's it. Then
Boom.
right to
Done.
right to what's his name, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Look, I look a lot better than what's his name,
Extra
especially
number,
now.
yeah.
Look at me now.
No surgery.
Right? No surgery here. No preparation age. But anyway, so I'm
That's a little preparation
so
age,
that
yeah,
gets me
yeah,
what,
yeah,
right?
a little
So
bit.
Julia Roberts,
That's it.
who was in what movie? Flatliners. Flatliners, who was with who? Kevin Bacon, Kiefer Sutherland, right?
I love that movie.
Right?
He just said I like you.
Right?
Yeah, I love that
So,
movie.
and then my other movie, I was inside The Negotiator with Kevin Spacey
Okay.
and John Spencer,
Kevin Spacey.
right? I played an FBI agent in that one.
Oh.
And then my last movie I did was Home Alone 3.
Okay.
Wait.
I played a business guy.
Okay,
and you
no,
would never
that one was
recognize
filmed
me.
in Chicago, right?
That was filmed in Chicago.
Okay.
And so was Negotiator.
No
Negotiator
something.
is filmed right downtown.
Wait, is Home Alone
Okay.
3? Is that one with still with what's the kid name?
That's
No.
that wasn't
That was-
Macaulay
so it wasn't
Culkin. No,
Macaulay
it's- no, it's
that was
the-
somebody else, right?
It's a
He
random
only did the
bastard
first
kid.
1 and 2. He did 1 and 2.
And it was cold. But John Hughes was on set, man, and the
Oh.
food was great.
Wow.
But I tell you what, when I was
See, I like I love a good craft service.
negotiated, that was the best craft services I ever
Really?
had. Because I used to play poker because I was a main character inside the thing. I was an FBI agent, so I played poker with Kevin Spacey and Samuel Jackson and John Spencer and a couple other guys, right?
Oh my gosh! Just
And of course,
right
I would
now,
make
y'all.
$672 a day. That was my pay to be on set.
Could've gave me
And I
$1.
lost every dime to that to Kevin Spacey because when he would play poker, he would do imitations,
Oh.
right? Because when he started out in improv, he would do imitations. So he'd do Johnny Concert one time. He would do Walter Matthau. What's a Wookie? I'd go, well, I bet for Wookiees.
Wow.
I mean, like, to watch him do Jack Lemmon,
Yeah.
like out of the apartment, like from The Odd Couple,
Yeah.
that was just hilarious.
Wow.
I almost wet my pants. I have to say.
This is like my fantasy, y'all. Y'all know
That
this.
sounds
Right?
cool. So
So-
when you see us in a movie next time,
Do your 6 degrees.
there you go.
Well,
Just
now
go
you're
be a
that
K.
much
Michelle.
closer, and you,
We are
the audience, is that much
slightly
closer
closer,
now to
yes.
Julia Roberts and Kevin Bacon.
Boom.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, I love Julia Roberts. So
You're my
much.
favorite Kevin Bacon.
Actually, I could
baby.
have dated her because because when
You
we
gonna get in trouble over
I'm
there.
gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you. the
We
truth.
didn't hear that.
I was on set with her, and she had a big bruise on her arm, huge bruise, because that one scene that she falls back in the chair, right?
Uh-huh.
She did that 30 times to get it right.
wow.
30 times. And she had
So
a
she
big
not that
bruise
smart.
because she thing, right? And we were out at O'Hare doing that one thing because they don't shoot the movie thing, you do the sections.
Yeah.
And I looked at her. I said, Miss Roberts, I got this Chinese medicine that I can put on this. Will take this away. And she goes, why don't you come by my thing later today and we'll do this? Oh, you got hit on by 20 Oh yeah. And that's before Lyle Lovett. And I know I look a lot better than Lyle Lovett.
His wife is looking at us like, I wasn't gonna play with her. So
she's quite fine with that because she knows where I stand. She could have pulled the plug on me when I died last year, so I'm fine.
There you go.
Rita said, pull it.
She said, anytime, mother.
So like my favorite part of the show is Hot Topics.
Hot Topics.
And as you guys all know, we have a lot in Hot Topics right now.
Oh, yeah.
So first of all, as you guys we'll make it make sense to y'all. So we're gonna do hot topics that pertain to things going on in our regular everyday lives. So R.Kelly is running. Well, he's not running rampant right now. He's in jail.
I'm fighting for my life.
That's a tip. He's in jail right now. He's been arrested for $161,749. Oh, I got this. He been arrested today for child support. So his big interview, I watched it today, was on CBS with Gail King, Oprah's best friend. He's Oprah's best friend. And he was arrested at 10 o'clock today.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Which we all know how you stand on sexual predators. Now, do you think someone like R.Kelly should have been getting away this long?
No.
What do you think? Like, why did it take so long for the community to get outraged?
Well, because the evidence had to come out. I mean, right? Mm-hmm. So you had the documentary that came out of R.Kelly. Mm-hmm. That started the whole thing. There was always rumors about it, just like there was rumors about Harvey Weinstein. Everybody knew about Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. Right? It's the untold truth. Right? So until something really becomes public and in your face, what are you going to do? You always try to hide, especially if you're making money. Yeah. Everybody's making money off of this guy. Mm-hmm. He's broke.
Yeah. Broke.
He's just like...
He didn't get out. $10,000 going to get out.
Look, I know
it's
a lot of
professional actors,
right? Craig Hopkins is a good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. $50 million, and he's broke. He's working at a high school as a high school basketball coach. Nothing wrong with teaching youth the skills, right? Nothing wrong with working.
But the fall.
But look, $50 million, world champion twice, 3-point champion in every play in those things, right? And yet. He's teaching basketball.
Give me a piece of that stage. I would invest.
That's fun.
And so another thing, R.Kelly is just too much for me right now.
I'm really fighting for my life.
He said he was fighting for his life. I was like, and so were they.
I was waiting for Tammy Faye Baker's eyes.
But I just don't understand.
I just watched a documentary on her.
You got on television and did that. And then for him to say that, but everybody's slandering his name, and
he still gets
the parents sold their daughters to him.
Well, he said that.
Dude, you don't have an attorney with you. You don't have.
Oh, they were there.
Oh, he does.
They were there.
Back and they're going.
Publicists,
right? Like,
There's 4 old white men that just dropped off like this.
They just said bye. We quit.
Like that.
Yeah, another person that's in the news right now that's very big. I mean, because people, they're not worried about what's going on in the real world. They're worried about hot topics, right? Is Jussie Smollett.
Oh, you know what? Me and Tio Hardiman called that out originally. Yeah. We said this is so bullshit that there's no way a noose around somebody in MAGA country be yelled at in Chicago, especially I used to live in that area. Yeah. No, right there.
Okay, now mind you, everybody knows. I know Jussie. I don't know him personally. I stalked him on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and other sites.
In real life.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? But
did you show him with your blonde wig?
No.
See, he would have answered to that.
I thought he wanted like the fade, so I gave him the fade. That's probably why I went wrong. Yeah. But I was just like, when I seen it, I heard it, and I was like, oh no, why he lying like this? Because to me, it was just like, it made me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Because I feel like if I go to Chicago, I feel like I don't go everywhere. If I go out somewhere, something happens to me, I feel like, well, now I have run the risk of being called a Smollett. Is this real? Is this fake? Is it?
Well,
because he made such a big to-do.
I'm sure, and then we hope that it never does.
I hope neither.
But if it ever happened to you, you are going to be beat up seriously. I mean, no one's going to take a light if they're going to really harm you, right? And the thing is that it was so insequential. I mean, a little mark here looked like a cat scratched him. Yeah. I mean, it really did. And his bruises would look nothing more than oranges put in a hamper and hit him like this to look like a little welt.
Yeah.
that right there, it made me like, okay, throw him in jail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was bad because it was one of those things where you wanted to
believe
and
it.
somebody said it, and they said this is you wanted to believe it because you wanted to believe that somebody that supports the current president would do something like that because that's what you want to think.
Yeah.
Just like they think what they want to think about
Every
this
hate
side.
crime known to
Everybody
him
thinks what they
happened
want
to
to think
him.
about that side.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So when it came out, and like you said, it was one of those things when you first start hearing the story, you're like, I don't know.
I think
Chicago is. I'm not gonna say Chicago's the most progressive place in the world,
It's not the
but
most progressive.
that sounds like some
Oh,
Huntsville, Alabama, or something.
Yeah.
Like nobody in Chicago is gonna run around.
But yeah,
Mind you, I've been in Chicago. I've been out here in Aurora. I've been called a couple F words, but that's usually as far as it goes. You know what I mean? Nobody's going out of their way, especially carrying rope and bleach.
yeah,
The rope go in my trunk and grab rope and bleach.
Rope, bleach.
What party were you going to that you had rope and bleach?
Okay, hold on.
Exactly. Where were you going?
There are parties that have rope and bleach.
Okay, but rope maybe.
Well,
bleach.
The bleach was used for something else later.
I just don't understand.
For cleaning afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
After party.
There were
Mr.
some parties
Clean.
that we went to, let's face facts, back in the 90s that needed a lot of bleach.
I was a baby in the 90s.
Yeah. But
That's
still,
right.
it was
I was a baby. I don't know nothing about
It
those
was one
parties.
of those stories. As soon as it came out, you were just like, I wanted to.
I wanted
to.
You know what? I went so hard,
and
as you guys know,
Yeah.
I went hard defending him, and I was mad at everybody. And then I was sitting there. I was the whole time I was defending him. I was like, "Oh, child, just shut up." I'm telling myself, just shut up.
It just could not be believed. I mean, the whole diatribe of what he was talking about was so unbelievable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not unbelievable, unbelievable.
Yeah.
There's a difference. That you could not take it seriously,
Mhm.
right? And two people, and then he really nailed himself with those two people are definitely the ones I think I saw. One,
Definitely.
Roberts,
You
right?
said it, Rob Roberts.
Because he said, well, they had masks and they had gloves and and they were two white guys.
Mhm.
But those were the two guys, and everybody said, well, they were the two African.
And now through the scene, trying to say that they had makeup on. I got the behind the CT. I keep my ear to the street.
Blackface too.
They were doing whiteface.
Whiteface.
Allegedly. This will be coming out in the news real soon. Y'all watch.
Oh, Lord.
Watch.
Oh, Lord.
Believe me, he's trying to say now that they had white makeup around their eyes.
No, he's still.
Oh, he still says he's innocent, child.
Oh yeah, well, he's
Terrence Howard locked himself in his dressing room when that film with him. How you doing?
Well, they cut him. They cut him from
They cut-
the last.
No,
two
but this is when they were
episodes.
filming though.
Oh.
He had 9 cuts in the season, and his big arc was going. The show's going downhill.
Yeah, it is going down.
I just watch it just for him, but now I'm mad at him, so I'm over the show now.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Star. Let's put some new stuff on programming. Let's get out and vote.
Get out and
How about that?
How about that?
Yeah.
But no.
Look, reality is you have to get out and do something, folks.
Yes.
Because if you keep listening to the bullshit that goes on with the lies that get things that somebody wants their 15 minutes of fame or they're trying to get something so they can create a narrative only to profit from,
Yes.
then we are fools to let
Really?
them happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's up to us. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to Miss Hill. It's up to Peter. It's up to Rita to actually do things. And if we don't step up and we don't do it right now, it's not going to get any better. Right. This is not like Reset Game Player 1.
Right.
This is life, folks.
Real life.
Yes.
You look at reality TV. Reality TV isn't reality.
No, it's not.
Right? The
I've been
Bachelor is as fake as
Furthest
bullshit.
from it.
Right? If you are that dumb to think that you're going to fall in love with 26 other people and find your soulmate,
Was
in
that not
6
gonna happen?
weeks. In 6 weeks.
I was ready.
I'm jumping the fence!
I wrote the Bachelor. I was ready. That's not real.
Look, I got
I was
half the
ready.
fence. I don't think I can make it over there, and Rita would kick my butt.
I mean, for the right price, I might be able to jump. You might have to help me over. I might need like a little step stool.
You could use Walt to help you.
I'm gonna need it.
That's my dog, Walt.
But
He's
yeah.
been running around.
Yeah.
So remind us of this.
Yes.
When is the
Elections?
election? Yes.
Okay, it's very important. March 18th is early voting.
Okay.
It goes until April 1st, right? You can go right down on Downer Street, right next to Pioneers Church, and vote right there from Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. generally. And then, of course, April 2nd is the day that you must vote.
Big day.
And you can also vote from home. You can ask for a mail ballot, and they'll send it to you. You don't have to give any excuse.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I want one.
And if you need a ride, ask somebody.
Ask someone. Bring a friend. Have
So
a
write in
party.
the comments. Ask them in the
what?
comments.
Actually, listen. Look for me and Peter and another guest. I'm not going to tell you right now, but it's a very special guest. And we're going to have a hot dog cart out at the early voting on Downer Street next to the Pioneer Store. And we're going to say, look, you're such a hot dog for going on and voting early. We're going to give you a hot dog. Right?
And Sippin will be there.
With all the stuff. It's a true Chicago hot dog.
No ketchup, right?
Well, I'll give you a ketchup packet. I'm not going to put it on there.
That's a crime. That's a crime. Crime against Chicago. Awesome.
It's awesome.
That is good.
So everybody make sure you get out, you register to vote. You vote. And in most places you can register when you vote.
Right.
So get out there. Don't listen
day.
to your neighbor. Don't listen to your family. Get out there and vote. Vote. You want change. You want something new. You want to stop complaining? Let's stop. Let's start with voting. Let's start with alderman. Let's start with mayor. Let's start with governor. And then when it gets time for November next year, it'll be easy to push. Yeah. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
If you're in the 6th Ward, the 6th Ward goes from Benton Street, where the Sci-Fi Museum is, up to Mercy Hospital, which is Sullivan Road, from the river, all the way to Randall.
I know that.
All the way to Randall. So,
wow.
If you're in there, you're 20,000 people, you're 8,000 people who are registered to vote.
I just moved from 6th Ward, didn't even know.
And so, you just moved here.
Yeah, no. I just moved from it.
What the hell?
I think it wasn't my choice.
Well, yeah, we got Milk Toast Mike who only get like Stack Hike, so I understand why you moved. You know?
I had to. It wasn't my
That's
choice.
move back.
I tried to. I missed the house. I miss May Street. May Street?
May Street was nice, yeah.
We love May Street.
Oh, I love Main Street.
I love U Street, May Street. Actually, I was born and raised on U Street. Like right around the corner from here. Y'all know where that's at.
Yeah. Aurora's one of those, for it to be the second largest city in the state, it still feels small.
Yeah.
It does. Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody.
This one is related to half of Aurora. So it
I don't talk to everybody now.
You know, you not talk to them, but you're related to them. So it's.
But what I will be doing is if you see me anytime between now and April 2nd, I'll be telling you to vote.
That's right.
So if I never spoke to you before, I will.
Who are we voting for?
We're voting for Dr. Matt Harrington.
That's right. Official Sippin and Trippin stamp. I don't know if that'll help you or hurt you, but there it is.
I think it'll help.
It only could help.
We'll see.
I mean, with beauty like this, it can only help.
I think it's going to help. I think we're going to be
He's
great.
a smart man, you guys. So, just so you know.
So, yes.
Boom.
And you guys see these signs. See?
Sign.
These are the signs right here.
Right.
Dr.
I
Matt
missed
Harrington.
this whole.
I saw this first thing I saw.
I missed.
So I look at the eleganza of
Give us the whole
everything.
thing.
I missed the whole thing.
If you guys see it, there it is right
St.
there.
Patrick's Day is coming up.
St. Patrick says right. Drink green beer, and when you throw up on the church steps, don't blame me.
No.
There you
I
go.
have corned beef.
If you want to blame somebody, just blame Dana. It's okay.
All right.
Wow, that's
God bless.
mean. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Guys,
Thank you so much
guys
for
for
having
having
us.
me. All right.
Next week,
Thank you, guys.
everybody.
All right.
See you.
We'll see you guys on the hot topics and current events. And we'll be talking about Wendy Williams' great comeback to her show, Mother.
You know that she was a hot topic. You know she was. And
She's Mother, so we're not going to give her too much.
oh, wait. That's all it is. All right.
She's good. She's better. We love you guys. Toodles.
Bye.